Hey everybody, this is Carl Shaphorst coming to you from the Sandler Performance Center, wanting to supercharge your sales career. And when it comes to implementation, that perhaps is my biggest challenge as a trainer for my clients to get impact out of Sandler, right? I mean, we can do a great job of training it, and the product can be amazing, but if it doesn't impact what the clients do when they're in the buyer seller dance, well, it doesn't really have much value, and there is a real resistance to implementation, mainly because of it's a change. We got to take some risk. It's different than what we're comfortable with. A lot of conceptual reasons why the training is hard to implement. And so what I've been doing here on these podcasts is giving you some implementation hacks, some low-level things that we can do, regardless if you're even in the Sandler program, things that you can do that will have real impact, focused areas. Now, it's going to require some change. It's going to require some effort still. But I tell you what, if we can just focus on the one thing, it gives us a little bit more clarity and objectivity in accomplishing the implementation activity. So here's the one I want to talk about today. It's all about the pre-call plan. That's right. Before you go into a sales call, you should plan it out first. I'm going to tell you that most salespeople do not. And there's a reason why they don't. You see, we become experts in our fields that we're selling. We become product experts, we become solution experts, we become application experts. I mean, we know our products certainly more than our prospect does. And armed with that knowledge, it gives us a sense of safety that we'll be able to manage and handle any question that the prospect throws at us. Why would we be nervous? Just go in and start the conversation. And then what most traditional salespeople do is they just play off the prospect. Let me tell you where that leads. That typically leads to a place where you offer up a lot of free consulting. Typically, there are no commitments, and you also get a lot of continuances, which then forces the sales professional into the chase mode. You got to do a ton of follow-up. Why would you want that? How about this? Let's prepare in advance what we really want to have happen. Let's identify clearly the objectives that we want in the sales calls that we execute. Before they even start, identify what you want. If it's the best sales call ever, what happens? What's the result? What do you have? Identify that, write it out. And then spend some time to kind of think about the types of people that are going to be in the meeting, the prospects that you're going to be talking to. Most of the time, it might be just one, but it could be a few. What disc styles might they be? How are you going to maintain and build rapport in that conversation? How are you going to execute so that you can accept and accommodate your customer? And what are you going to do to validate them so that you can get favor? Right? All those things you can prepare for in advance. And then, of course, once we plan that, it certainly would be good to script out a few questions. What questions are you going to ask? What questions do you think the prospect is going to ask you? And maybe have those answers ready to go. And of course, I think if you're going to have to talk about money, it would be good to prepare that and get that scripted. If you're going to talk about how decisions are made, you ought to have some good questions set up for that. And folks, the upfront contract, we ought to script that out and get that one set up so that before the meeting even begins, expectations are aligned. Now, look, folks, I've been training Sandler for a long time. And I certainly could walk into a buyer seller dance and wing it and still maybe even follow some Sandler stuff, right? Because I've been immersed in it for so long. But I will tell you as a witness that when I prepare for the calls that I go into, I always perform at a higher level. And isn't that what we all want? Professionals, get ready. And so make this part of your buyer seller dance behavior. You prepare before you go in. You get ready. You plan it out. You identify your objectives. You identify the questions. You identify what your upfront contract's going to be. And you prepare that in advance. And that alone is going to help you raise your game. All right. So everybody, pre-call plan. Here's one thing I've done for you. I've actually attached a tool, a little one pager that you can download if you'd like right here, right now. That will kind of give you an outline of what a pre-call plan could look like. You don't have to use the tool, but sometimes no tool or a tool is better than no tool. So you're certainly free to use that if you'd like. All right. Hey, everybody, this is Carl Schaphorst from Sound Training, wishing you all a great day of selling success. So long, everybody.